Just your dumb body guy here, getting ready to sand some parts here that I primed. Trying to figure out this rapture theory everybody has. I agree there's going to be something that, takes us into the air, and after that we're going to be with the Lord. That's what I think, because that's what it says and everything. But this whole idea of us going to heaven in this rapture and everything, with all this judgment and everything, that doesn't make sense to me, because common sense says to me that if we're gonna, get brought up into heaven there, and it's the abode of God, and it's just gonna be this amazing place. And then he's going to be like, all right, well, the world's destroyed. Go for your 1,000-year reign on earth. Leave this amazing place go back to this annihilated place. So that doesn't make sense. We're just going to get there. He's going to kick us out. Not seeing it. What I think happens is, we get caught up in the air. Well, judgment comes on the earth. Because if you look at the what the harvest is for, what animals are feeding on the kings and all these mighty people and feeding on everything? What is it? It's birds. Well, where are birds going to be? Well, they're probably not going to be hanging out on the ground if there's judgment coming. That's the way I feel about that. And then the other thing is, you got the 144,000, which come out of great tribulation. They're God's people. They have the testimony of the Messiah. They're obeying the commandments of the Father. So these are God's people. So that'd be like me saying, all right, well, my son, he's my people. You know what I mean? So you got my son, and I'm going to take all these other people's kids and people and everything, leave my kid here, and he's going to have to go through tribulation, but he's going to make it. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I'm trying to figure out this rapture thing. Like, if you have to do with all the prophecies that are in the Bible for the end time prophecies, that they all have to happen. I mean, what I personally think that's going to happen is, everybody's heard of the promised land. That is the land that was promised to Abraham and his descendants. And so I think we're all going to be heading back there. I think there's going to be a greater exodus, or a second exodus, or whatever you want to call it. There's going to be another one, because the Bible says there's going to be an exodus so big that they won't even talk about the first exodus anymore. And I do a Messianic synagogue right now and everything, and throughout all of the Jewish history or whatever, not saying I'm a Jew, because I'm not, if you go through there, they do Torah portions every single week. So, me listening to these Torah portions, how has that been fulfilled? Because obviously we're still talking about the original Exodus, because your first 5 books of the Bible, the end of Genesis and everything, when they go into captivity, after that, Moses comes along and takes them out and gets them to the promised land. And then Joshua takes them in to the promised land. So I think we're going to have to go through that again. And the rapture thing, I would love any of you guys, and I'm not saying you're wrong, please fill me in. In Isaiah, it says, he tells you the end from the beginning. How do you get the rapture out of that? That doesn't make any sense. How did that happen in the beginning? That didn't happen. I'm trying to figure out this rapture thing. If you have any, verses maybe I'm not thinking of. Revelation 12 there, it says that she's sent to the wilderness to keep her from this time of trial. It says wilderness. That sounds like another Exodus, because the original Exodus. They were in the desert, in the wilderness, everything. And then the 144,000. Okay, so the first Exodus, they leave with the 12 tribes of Israel and everything. So they leave Egypt, and they're accompanied by a great multitude. Well, your 144,000, I think it's Revelation 7, says that these people come out of great tribulation, and they're accompanied by a great multitude of people. How is that not the exact same story? I mean, maybe not the exact same, because he's going to take people out of the whole world. But that makes more sense to me. I really feel like we got to start talking about this bigger Exodus, because I don't see a lot of people talking about it. I don't think you're going to see the caught up in the air part until you're back in the land. We all got told, oh, you're going to hear a trumpet before he comes. And, yes, that's true. But it says, blow ye a trumpet in Zion. So, the 144,000, which are 12,000 people each of each tribe of Israel, bringing a great multitude. Well, it'd be sweet to be in the great multitude. You want to prove to me that the rapture thing is what everybody thinks it is, where we're just going to be out of here and go to heaven and then be kicked out to a demolished world? Show me. And I'm not telling anybody to believe me. I'm saying test what I'm saying. Because if we're all waiting for that and something is telling us to go, we got to go. I'm not saying here. I don't know. If you have anything that would tell me how the rapture that we all know, I mean, I would love that to happen. That would be amazing. Just, I'm out of here. I don't have to deal with any of this. It would really stink to come down to a ruined world. That would stink. But please, put in the comments or whatever that how would that be like in the beginning? Because that don't make sense. But another Exodus, a bigger Exodus, that would make complete sense. So 144,000 are just delivery people, in my opinion. So, well, thanks a lot, everybody. Bye-bye.